Jai Gurudev. It's been a long time, huh, guys? You took such a long time to complete your exam. Yeah. How are you doing? Good? So we are going to start the last part of Yoga Vasistha. Ready to go ahead? No? Any questions? All ready to go ahead? Those who have not sent me the answer papers, please send them to me quickly. I'm still waiting for a few of you to do it. So now we are going to go into Nirvana Prakarnam. If you go to the 4th page of the book, the 4th page, which is the contents page. We are starting number 6, Nirvana Prakaranam. Now this is the highest part of Yoga Vasistha. It deals completely with liberation, moksha, how to attain moksha. And he tells you the same thing in different ways through so many different stories. So it is really said, a person who completes this book will definitely get enlightened. It also depends on your intensity, how you've done. Just like a novel you've read through, so that's what you will get. If you have like really that intense thirst for moksha, you will definitely get enlightened. Yes. So this is that last part on moksha, on liberation. Now Vasistha revises for a few pages again. We anyway need a revision, it's a long gap, right? So let's start with what Vasistha revises. Who wants to start? Page 225.
Vasistha continues. O Rama, you are dear to me. Hence I declare the truth to you once again. Listen attentively. Listen though, for doing so, you have to assume the existence of diversity. Your consciousness will expand, and the truth that I shall expound will save from sorrow even they who are not fully awakened. When one is ignorant, one attains the wrong notion that the body is the self. His own senses prove to be his worst enemy. On the other hand, he who is endowed with self-knowledge and knows the truth enjoys the friendship of his senses, which are pleased and contented. They do not destroy him. The self is not affected by the body, nor is the body in any way related to the self. They are like light and darkness.
Okay. So here he is saying, again I will reiterate my point. Yes, so very important, and directly go to the second paragraph. First paragraph he is just saying, with this you will attain liberation. When one is ignorant, ignorant means getting lost in this Maya of people, situations and things. Yes, either I am lost in a person I see, or a person I touch, a person's voice or words that I hear. The smell, either I like it or I hate it. I am stuck in all those 5 senses related to a particular person. Again, in situations. Again, in things. I withdraw myself from this. Again, I get lost in this. Why do I keep getting lost in it? Because of Maya. Maya is what? It is that hypnotism which is a part of this creation, a part of this Prakriti. But it is something I can transcend. Yes? if I am not being able to transcend even after so much knowledge, means something is lacking on my part. Got it? And that something which is lacking on my part is the only key, for me to get out of this Maya. And till the time I don't find this key to get out of this last bit which is holding me back, I am ignorant. Understood? Yeah. So when one is ignorant, that means right now, even after this continuous attempt to drop the attachment to people, situations and things, I am still getting lost in the Maya. Again and again and again, I am still ignorant. Understood? So when one is ignorant, one entertains the wrong notion that the body is the self. I keep saying I. Until the time I think this I that I am addressing is this 5 foot 7 inches body, till that time I am ignorant. It's not just about feeling it or thinking about it. But I am firmly established in this understanding. I listen to Ashtavakra, I listen to Narada, I listen to Patanjali, I listen to Vasistha. Few moments I understand, okay, I am the Purusha, I am not this body. But the moment I get up from a knowledge session and I'm back into my world of whatever people, situations and things, I am back into that understanding of I is this body. I am still ignorant. Yes. So it's very important to understand. You will not get liberated by reading the Yoga Vasistha. You will not get liberated by by-hearting all the Sanskrit shlokas of all the Vedas, Upanishads, all the Granths. No. How will liberation happen? Only when that understanding, that false understanding that I am this body drops off. That is the only way out. Till that time, I am still ignorant. So when one is ignorant, one entertains the wrong notion that the body is the self. His own senses prove to be his worst enemies. Because I'm still lost in smell, touch, taste, sight and sound, no? I'm constantly lost in this. I feel this is reality and I hold on to that reality. I'm clutching onto it. Yes? So, those senses are my worst enemies because they do not let me move towards liberation. On the other hand, he who is endowed with self-knowledge and knows the truth enjoys the friendship of his senses, which are pleased and content. They do not destroy him. So what does this mean? If I attain moksha or liberation, will this body go away suddenly? Will the 5 senses disappear? No. Yes, you can be a Jivan Mukta. You will still be in the body, but you will not be a slave to these 5 senses anymore. Has that stage come yet? Ask yourself this question. Homework number 1. Have you come to that stage where you are no more a slave of the 5 senses? Bring to your memory whatever senses you are extremely attached to. Some people are extremely attached to sense of taste. Some food. Have you become a master or is the tongue still the master? Some people are attached a lot towards sense of touch, sex. Have you become the master or is it still your master? Are you a slave to sex? Some people are still attached to sense of sound. Oh, she said this to me, he said that to me, and that continuously is going on in my head. I am a slave to sense of sound. Why did he say this? Why did she say this? Sense of sight. Oh, I want to see this beautiful scenery, that beautiful scenery. Oh, I don't like ugly things. I don't like ugly places. I'm lost in the sense of sight. Or lost on Facebook and whatever new things. Twitter. Whatever the mind keeps getting entangled in. I just had a recent session in which somebody said that I am so hooked on to my new phone that I want to see every 5 minutes Facebook, every 5 minutes I check my email, every 5 minutes I am on Twitter. I've almost become obsessed. Lost in sense of sight. No more a master of it. The person has become a slave. Your senses are acting as your worst enemies. Recognize this. This is your homework number 1. But for a man of self-knowledge is not knowledge from Vasistha. This is just Prabhava Jnana. Self-knowledge is me recognizing, oh, I am not this body. I just have a vehicle, which is this body. I am not the mind. It is just a tool for me. I am not the intellect. I am not the memory. I am not this ego which goes on I. Oh, I am that silence, that space within, which is absolute nothingness. When this comes as self-knowledge to that person, an amazing inner strength comes up. And that strength is so unshakable. None of these 5 senses can lure him or tempt him. They are just his tools. He'll use them for whatever is required, and then the senses are on the side. They are not the master. Got it? So, on the other hand, he who is endowed with self-knowledge and knows the truth enjoys the friendship of his senses, which are pleased and content. They do not destroy him. The self is not affected by the body, nor is the body in any way related to the self. They are like light and darkness. This is so beautiful. Is darkness an entity? Does it exist? What is darkness?
Absence of light.
Perfect. It is just the absence of light. That's it. So really there is nothing like darkness. It's not an entity in itself. There is either light or there is an absence of light. That's all there is, really. This is the only difference between the self and the body. Can I say, oh, darkness is an entity, I'm going to push darkness away, I'm going to kick out darkness from my life? Put all your strength. Will you be able to push darkness away? No, all you need is one little lamp, one little light, one little flame, and darkness vanishes. It's just that. You don't have to drop the body or kill the mind or kill the intellect or the memory or the ego. All you need to do is recognize you are that light, that self. The others drop off anyways. Got it? You are that Purusha, that self. You are just the light. Yeah? There's one more very beautiful hidden meaning in this. The self is not related to the body. For a moment, just close your eyes. Close your eyes and see really who is listening. My words are falling on your ears. The ears belong to the body. Yeah. There is one aspect of you which is just sitting far behind from those ears. He is not seeing anything, not doing anything, not even listening, just a witness. Just observe that witness. That witness is not listening. And if you are observant enough, that witness is not even seeing anything. The witness is same right now when your eyes are closed and will be the same after you open your eyes. Now just slowly open your eyes and look at the room around. See who is looking. There is somebody inside you that is not looking. Just like that, every activity, even when you are eating food, the self does not eat, the self does not taste. Even when you are walking, the self is not walking. It is just a witness, it is somewhere behind, just observing what is happening. It is not doing anything, it is not saying anything, it is not judging, it is not deciphering anything. There is no intellectual analysis, there is no gathering of information, nothing whatsoever. That is who you are. That is the self. You are not this body. And when you sleep tonight, if you can very well just be in that witnessing consciousness, you will see that the body sleeps 8 hours. That witness does not sleep. That witness observes the body sleeping, lying down, turning right, turning left. Too much weight on the neck. My neck is hurting because of the pillow is too low or too high. Yeah? It's observing that entire 8 hours sleep. That self is not related to your body. Got it? In reality, you have never eaten. In reality, you have never slept. In reality, you have never spoken. In reality, you have never heard. Got it? You and the body have no relationship at all. There is absolutely no relationship. When you go to sleep tonight, just remember this part of today's session. I am not this body, and I'm just going to observe my sleep tonight. Full night, just observe. Be in that witnessing consciousness. Then you will really understand how you are really not the body and not related to this body at all. Let's read further.
Correct understanding of the body and the intelligence that dwells in the body enables one to understand the entire creation in its material and spiritual aspects. As easily as one sees objects illuminated by a lamp, it is only when there is not this right understanding that deluded and wrong notions
understanding of the body. What I just explained to you, that you are not the body, you have no relationship with the body. This is the correct understanding of the body. Got it? And the intelligence that dwells in the body. Which intelligence? That witness that I was talking about. Yeah? It dwells in this little home. Yeah? Because of its past karma. Having this very clear-cut demarcation between the two is called self-knowledge, is the truth. Yes? And being firmly established in this understanding, moment to moment to moment to moment in life. However difficult situations are, whatever drama is going on all around you, but this very clear understanding that, see, I am the witness. Nothing is happening to me. Whatever is happening to this body. That external drama that is going around is related to this body. I am that witness. This clear understanding, this correct understanding of the body and the intelligence that dwells in the body enables one to understand the entire creation in its material and spiritual aspects. Yeah? Material aspect of the creation, all Prakriti. Spiritual aspect is that Purusha which is in every Prakriti. That's all this entire creation is. Just Purusha plus Prakriti. Yeah? This understanding becomes very clear. Extremely clear. So even if your enemy is standing in front of you and throwing insults, you will just say, oh, that Prakriti is right now interacting with this Prakriti. But I am not that Prakriti. I am that Purusha. Yes? That taking that one step back and being in the witnessing consciousness is the only way out of the cycle. Doesn't matter if your friend or enemy, whoever that is in front of you and insulting you, that person has lost that demarcation between Purusha and Prakriti. He's become one. Yeah? He has identified with the body and senses and he's saying all the bad things that is creating drama in your life. You just take one step behind and be in that witnessing. Oh, this witness never speaks, never even hears, never even gets caught up in all that. Because it is nothingness, it's silence. Yeah? Only this is the way to get out of the cycle. There is no other way. Yeah? Obviously, because I have taken a step back and I will stop throwing agami karma seeds. The moment I stop throwing agami karma seeds, I have stopped the future from happening. Yes? Past whatever sanchita will come will sprout. But I am not reacting to that. So in a way, for all that sanchita, there is a big dead end. Because I am not reacting. I'm not reacting, I'm not reacting, I'm not reacting. It's a complete dead end. Yeah, time will come when all this just washes off. Are you getting it? Yeah?
But you said, we have to act spontaneously and go with the flow, And for the sake of the world, you have to pretend that, you are actually reacting to it. Because if you don't react, you can only not react sometimes, but not all the time. For the sake of the world, you have to react to it.
Initially, you will, obviously you've not had the practice of non-reaction. Initially, you will succeed sometimes in non-reaction, but the mind is so used to the pattern, the habit pattern of reacting, it will react. Yes? Slowly, you continue doing it. You will come to a point where non-reaction becomes your nature. Then you just smile and that's your reaction. Yeah? That's good enough. Yeah, a big smiley on WhatsApp. Good enough. Yeah, message conveyed.
But not the other people in the life.
Doesn't matter. Their karma, they'll take their time. Yeah, you are not responsible for that. You take care of your karma, Shalini. Yeah, this is also one way the mind tries to find a loophole. Yeah, I have to react for the benefit of the other person. Yeah, new reasons you come up with every time. You're getting smarter with knowledge.
No, honestly, if I don't react, like that become a problem.
That's okay. It'll be a problem initially for the other person. Slowly, the person will realize, oh, Shalini has become a calm and smiley person. Big smileys all the time. Yeah? The person will accept. So, you continue your journey. Yeah? And understand, your sanchita is coming, no? You have to provide that dead end that I'm talking about. If you react, you are pushing your dead end further away. The person is getting more. The sanchita is coming and probably sprouting into an agami. Not a very long-term agami, but a short-term. Yeah? Drop this reaction. Recognize it. It's okay. Initially, it's going to burn you because you want to react. You want to say something. You want to do something. Yeah? That pulling yourself back. Recognizing, oh, I am not this body that wants to react. I am not that sense that wants to now open my mouth and just throw fire on the other person. One step back in the witnessing consciousness. I am not the body, I am not the body, I am not the body. Very soon you will come to a point where it becomes a part of your nature. Yeah? Now it's going to take a while, no? You practice so many times reaction, that has become your nature. Now you have to practice non-reaction to undo what you have been doing. It's going to take some time. Yes? So continue. Keep at it. Yeah? And don't let the mind find such loopholes. Yeah? For the benefit of the other person, no. Let him or her deal with his or her karma. Yeah? Big smiley. Always remember. Best reaction. Yeah. So correct understanding of body and intelligence will help me understand the truth about Prakriti and Purusha as easily as one sees objects illumined by a lamp. Yeah? Very simple, very nice analogy. It is only when there is not this right understanding that deluded and wrong notions arise and flourish within one's heart. Notions which are utterly devoid of substance. Right? Only when I am not very clear about, oh, I am not this body, yeah, whatever reaction or drama is happening to this body, when I am not clear only of this demarcation between I am the witness and I am not this body, I will just jump into the scene, into the fire and start reacting. Yeah? Why? Because there are wrong notions in my mind. For example, Shalini's notion, oh, a reaction is required for the other person. She just became a scapegoat today. Yeah, but all of you have different notions. Yes, how did he say this to me? Am I not somebody? Yeah? How can she do that to me? Whatever little notions that we have in our heart, yeah, they propel us into that direction and we get deluded. Deluded means what? We get lost in people, situations and things. Basically getting lost in this maya of the world. Yeah? This is delusion. And we keep creating new agami seeds with our ragas and dveshas. That is the meaning of delusion. Befuddled by these wrong notions which arise in the absence of the light of true knowledge, One is constantly and restlessly carried hither and thither like a blade of grass in wind. Yeah, we are lost, no? We keep moving here and there between this person and that person, this drama and that drama, this job, next job, this relationship, that relationship. We keep swinging, keep swinging, keep swinging. Why? It's because of those notions that I carry, the impressions that I carry and the concepts that I make in my mind creates a habit pattern. Yes, and that's why I have a habit pattern with people, I have a habit pattern with particular situations, I have a habit pattern with particular things. Yeah? Why? Because of that wrong impression or notion that I am holding on to. So, drop that, let go. In the absence of the taste of cosmic intelligence or direct knowledge of cosmic intelligence, this is so beautiful. The senses endeavor to apprehend their objects and vainly imagine that such contact gives rise to meaningful experience. What is direct knowledge? How will I get direct knowledge of the cosmic intelligence? Tell me. How sweet. Right now.
By practicing this knowledge.
How? How?
By being a witness.
Exactly. The process that we did, we closed our eyes for a moment and really realized that, oh, that witness does not even see with eyes open, and with eyes closed there is no darkness really. The witness is. That is the direct observation, no, of who I am. Yeah. When I realize, oh, that witness really does not eat. It is this body that is eating. Yeah. That witness is just watching this body eat. Similarly, that witness is just watching this body sleep and do its regular activities during the day. That witness just is. That is direct observation. Got it? And continuously doing this direct observation is required. Not just now only because we are in a 1-hour Yoga Vasistha session. No. Continuously observing, oh, I am that witness. I am simply jumping into this drama now with this person. Let me take a step back. I am that witness. I am that witness at home, at work, with family, with friends, in art of living. Even while doing Sudarshan Kriya, just observe that witness is not doing soham, not breathing in and out. The witness is observing that breath in and breath out. That witness is observing those thoughts come and go. That witness is observing all those emotions being kicked by the soham and coming up, and you feel like crying or laughing or whatever those emotions are. Even in Sudarshan Kriya, just observing that, oh, I am that observer. Continuously throughout the day and night, observing. This is direct observation. What did Ashtavakra call it? Sakshi Bhav. Yeah? Vasistha says direct observation. The same thing Lord Buddha also called direct observation. Yeah? He said, don't believe me. Yes? You observe. You sit down and observe yourself during meditation. If he was here today, he would say, okay, observe yourself during the Kriya. Just observe. Observe your body. Observe that there are sensations in your body because of thoughts. Observe that there are sensations in your body because of emotions. Observe that there are sensations in the body because of some noise or somebody else's words. Yeah, doesn't it happen? Somebody says something nice, a very nice feeling inside. Somebody says something not so nice, you feel a punch, as if something really hit you hard. Yeah? Somebody talks about how they did something wrong in the past. You remember something wrong in the past and you feel that pang of guilt inside. All sensations. Buddha says, observe these sensations. Vedana paschana. That's the Pali language. He says, observe the Vedana or observe the sensations happening in your body moment to moment to moment in your daily life. Yeah? And then keep observing during meditation, during sleep. Keep observing. If you become very sharp and very keen, you will observe even that when I'm just sitting quietly, there are sensations all over the body. Yeah? And in your deepest meditation, you will really realize that you are nothing but a ball of vibrating sensations, nothing else. There is no body. You are just vibrations. Yeah? Here, Vasistha is saying the same thing. Direct observation of the cosmic intelligence. What is the cosmic intelligence? That same Purusha, that witnessing consciousness. Got it? When that is missing, when you are not observing, then what happens? The senses endeavor to apprehend their objects. Yeah? And vainly imagine that such contact gives rise to meaningful experience. I start feeling, oh, this chocolate bar will give me pleasure. This is just an object. Yes? And I hold on to this object. Oh, it's going to be very tasty. It's going to be very tasty. It's vain. Really, when I actually experience that first bite, yeah, then I feel, oh, okay, it's not what I actually thought it was going to be. Yeah? I get lost in an object. Why? Because I lose that separation that I am the witness. That I don't eat, I don't taste. Yeah? The day you start really being a witness, I tell you, you will lose a lot of pounds, the extra pounds that you have put on because of chocolates and whatever, pizza and paratha. Yeah? All that extra pounds will go off, shed off automatically, because you will have already separated yourself out. Yeah? You eat only when the body sends a signal to the brain, okay, I'm hungry, the acid starts coming up, you feel that weird hunger pang, you will pick up something, you eat, the acid will calm down, which is the fire in the body will calm down, you will stop eating because you are just following the signal of the body. It's as simple as that. That is acting spontaneously. That situation demanded of me. The fire increased and wanted some earth and water and air element to calm down the fire. That is spontaneous action. I give you very simple action to begin with. Yeah? Observe while eating what is happening. Similarly, slowly you start observing in sex. The same fire at a different chakra is working. It's just changing its chakra. Yeah? Its position or location in the subtle and the physical body. And they're joined. The fire starts igniting and then you have that desire. The signal goes to the brain and then there is this desire to have sex, to touch. Yeah? Again, you want to satiate it. You think by touching it will satiate. It does not satiate really. Yeah? That is why even after the act, you keep thinking about the act. In fact, letting that Agni burn. Yeah? That Agni burns, and then it rises higher. It rises higher to the upper chakras and can go to the topmost chakra. Yes, that is one fire that can really help you move towards moksha. Every sensation in the body is nothing but a reaction of earth or water or fire or air element. Every reaction, every sensation in your body. You start observing. This can be understood only through direct observation. What I am telling you right now, these few examples, is Ekta's observation. You have to take this as a guidance and you start observing and make it your own observation. You observe when there is hunger. You observe when there is the fire of lust. You observe when there is the fire of desire just to possess a particular dress or shoes or belt or whatever you see in that while window shopping. Maybe you see something on TV, a new phone, or something to decorate your home. See how that desire comes up. Where is that desire coming? Can I experience it? Can I just look, observe? Oh, somewhere I am having this sensation. If it is for money or something, you will see it will be in your stomach. If it is by observing somebody else's clothes also, it will be in your stomach. Start observing. Slowly start observing. Oh, what is happening inside me right now? This is direct observation. Clear? He says in the absence of this taste, so well put, na? He's actually translated the Sanskrit word ras as taste, but it doesn't do justice. Actually experiencing that cosmic intelligence, just being in that witness, wow, I'm just that witness, that shunya. It's beyond words. So when you have never experienced that, you will be lost in the senses and imagine that I will get joy from these objects. Yes. You feel that it will give you a meaningful experience. Surely the infinite and inexhaustible intelligence, the consciousness, dwells in all these. However, on account of the absence of self-knowledge, it appears to be ignorant of itself and therefore limited and finite. There is no self-knowledge. There has been no direct observation. That is why I feel it will give me pleasure. And that is why I have forgotten that I am the self, because I am lost in this world of Maya. That is why it is called Maya. Because it induces forgetfulness. It's like a self-hypnotism. I am only responsible. There is no other person sitting up in the clouds responsible for hypnotizing me. I have done it to myself. And only I can come out of it through direct observation. Yeah. Let's read ahead.
The life force and its retinue functions here merely to provide energy for the moment interest in living, not with any other motive. In the absence of self-knowledge, all the talking and roaring which people indulge in are like the sound produced by a gun. They inevitably proceed towards destruction and do not lead to salutary results.
What lovely example, no? He's beating you up totally. He's taken a big stick. Yeah? He calls us fools. Yeah? So the life force and its retinue function here merely to provide energy for the movements inherent in living, not with any other motive. Means what is he saying here? What is the main reason of life, he's saying? Main function of life force or this Purusha, this Prana Shakti in this particular living creature sitting in front of you, this life force in me is there just for keeping this Prakriti alive. Yes? What have we done to this simple meaning of life? Acquire this, get that, become this in life, become that. All these ambitions and passions and running behind these things. And hate that and be jealous of that one and throw that one into the well and do this to that person. All these things we have actually made concepts and we have really created the drama. The basic purpose of life force is nothing but just the function of this particular living creature. Senses were given for what? Basic survival. To see if there is danger and avoid the danger. Don't jump into a well. Yeah? Don't fall down the valley. Basic. That is the basic function of life force. Yes? But what do I use my sense of sight for? Oh, she has a beautiful shawl or he has red shoes, I want those. Yeah? That's where desire starts. Then desire becomes attachment. Then if I don't get it or I cannot afford it, then I get jealous or angry, and that jealousy and anger increases and my attachment increases. I only create more impressions of ragas and dveshas. And I get lost in this cycle of life and death and life and death and life and death. Where did I start? Just with basic survival of senses, so that I don't jump down a valley. Where did I land up? In the cycle of life and death, because I want those red shoes or that whatever green dress. Do you see what I'm saying? How I use the simple life force that was used for sense of sight. Now I gave you one example. You can extend it to all the five senses. Yeah? So I have ruined this for myself. I have created this drama. There is really nobody else. Niyati, Kritanta, Karma, consciousness, God, Kala, all sitting up there. Nobody is sitting up there. Nobody is responsible for all this. Everything is my responsibility. Yeah? Recognize this. Let me recognize what is the basic need of these five senses. And I just act spontaneously, remembering that basic need. Got it? The most beautiful part of this part of Yoga Vasistha is your acting spontaneously and being Sakshi will become clearer and clearer and clearer as we go. In the absence of self-knowledge, all the talking and roaring which people indulge in are like the sound produced by a gun. They inevitably proceed towards destruction and do not lead to salutary results. Yeah? Now he's taken sense of sound as an example. I give you an example of sense of sight. Yeah? That all this talking is nothing but nonsense. Yeah? Why it leads to destruction? I say something bad. Yeah? I create either a raga or dvesha. Yeah? I listen to something bad and I hold it in my head, sense of sound again, I have created a raga and dvesha. And I get lost in the cycle of birth and death because of my ragas, dveshas that I have created. Basically destruction. Yeah? How many ever births you take, however rich you become, however famous you become, you are never going to attain peace. It's not possible. That is why name, fame, relationships, money, everything material, even if you achieve, is nothing but destruction. It is taking you away from the Purusha or the self that you are. Yes, that is why he uses the word destruction here, and they do not lead to salutary results. Fools enjoy the fruits of their labor, yeah? Not knowing that they are resting and sleeping on a rock that is burning hot. Yeah? He's basically calling us fools if we are just lost in acquiring wealth or just running after name or fame or you give me this or relationships. Yeah? Or whatever little vasanas you have, recognize that. He calls us fools for having those vasanas. Yeah? Now, you will say, okay, I am not a fool. I have not fallen into any of his classification here. I am much better than that. But are you in the company of fools? Yes. Again, he comes to the next paragraph. Keeping company with such fools is like sitting in a forest on a tree which is about to be felled. Yeah, the story of Sheikh Chili. He was sitting on the branch and cutting it from the side where the branch was attached to the tree. That's what you are. Sheikh Chili, if you are in the company of such fools. Yeah? I think it's high time that I can be direct with you guys now. Yeah? 3 years, 4 years in this knowledge. Learn to cut away from any company that pulls you more towards Prakriti and away from the understanding of Purusha. I'm being very direct here. It doesn't matter whether that person is in art of living or non-art of living. It doesn't matter whether that person is faking being a spiritual person or is totally materialistic. Doesn't matter. If you realize this person can hamper my self-growth, yeah, just by sometimes talk, just a few words from a person who is a fool according to Vasistha, can pollute my mind because I am not so strong yet. I am working very hard on the spiritual path. But how can I become stronger if right now I cut off from all these fools? Yeah? Then your growth will be at super speed. Yes, I know it's difficult. Sometimes they are very close by. But cutting off mentally is also one skill that you can adopt. I know it is more difficult, but this is what is being said here in this paragraph directly. Keeping company with such fools is like sitting on a tree in the forest. The same tree is being cut from where it attaches to the tree. The same branch of that tree is being cut from where it attaches to the tree. Whatever.
That is pretty much everybody, right? That is pretty much everybody.
You recognize, huh? See, people who are neighbors or people in office might not affect me so much. Yeah, you meet them 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you interact and you're done, you go your way. Yeah? It is the people that really I value a lot. I take their opinions. Yeah? Because I hold on to these things. Then if they teach me something wrong, finished. I've started again walking towards Prakriti. Yeah? These are opposite directions. Walking towards Purusha is opposite of walking towards Prakriti. You recognize it very clearly. Yeah? First time we have somebody telling us this directly. Yes, Narada was pretty blatant and also said this, if you remember. Dussangaha sarvataiva tyajaha. shun bad company from all sides. Yes, but he did not really tell you what is bad company. Here Vasistha is telling you what is bad company. Yes, anybody who pulls you into this Prakriti, away from that Purusha, that witnessing consciousness that you are, pulls you away from self-knowledge, is a fool and is pulling you in that direction. It is your job to cut off such fools from your life. Do not keep company with them. Keeping company is different from hi and bye. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah? So you can only judge that. I cannot really judge how you are with your friends, family, whoever these people are.
It could also be that not the mind not keeping company, right? They can be around. But if someone tells you, come, let's watch a movie, you can say, no, I'm going to do this.
Perfect. I told you that. Either you do it physically, if it's not possible physically, at the mind level, I'm cut off. Yeah? It's easier to do it physically, a little more skill is required to do it at the mind level. Yeah? But you have to adopt both. Sometimes physically works with some people, but with family, I have to do it at the mind level. Yeah? I have to learn to withdraw my limbs. Remember in Bhagavad Gita we did? Yeah? How is a kachua, a tortoise? It learns to withdraw its limbs and goes into its protective shell. Your protective shell is this knowledge. Yeah? Withdrawing your limbs from all the Prakriti and going to that witness again and again is your job. You have to be very skillful. Yeah? Now, immediately as Yoga Vasistha gets over, don't start shouting at home, oh, you get out from my life, you are a fool, you are bad company. No. Yeah? Please don't start doing that. That was not the intention. Yeah? You have to understand first of all whether this company pulls me towards Prakriti or it pulls me towards Purusha. Let me drop this company either physically or at the mind level. Let me move towards Purusha. Yes? Because this is the biggest obstacle. You'll keep doing this and you'll be stuck for a very long time because of bad company. Yeah? So dropping the bad company is very important. It helps you move in this direction then. Got it?
But let's say with this mental cutting of people mentally, and you say it's a skill. But there are two components to it, right? One is you might have to interact with them. So the fire, like even if you cut off mentally, letting go without bitterness is the skill that probably you are talking about.
Yes.
Because you could mentally cut them off, but they say, yaar, nahi ho hopeless yaar, isse kuch hone nahi wala. So if you are in that mode, then you are not really cutting them. You are fooling yourself by cutting them off mentally.
Exactly. Mentally cutting them off means what? I'm not even creating an impression in my head about them. Yes, no calling them bad, good, this, that. No mental talk with them. Then I'm still with them. Yeah, company is not just physical. Company is mental also, no? Somebody could be sitting in India, you are in the US. You could be mentally connected with that person like this. Because you're constantly thinking about that person. Dropping bad company means dropping the thoughts of negativity. Yes? Dropping that negative dvesha towards that person. Dropping that negative feeling of jealousy, hatred towards somebody. Dropping that negative anger. Everything negative is bad company for me. Yeah? A negative thought is bad company. A negative emotion is bad company. Yeah? A negative memory from the past is bad company. No holding on to it. Yeah? Not holding on to my ego. Oh, I am great. I am spiritual person. That person is not spiritual. This is also negativity. No. That is not what Vasistha is saying. Vasistha is saying constantly being able to disengage yourself from that Prakriti and coming to that Purusha, to that witnessing consciousness, to that Shunya. Shunya is zero, nothing. So there is no positive thought, no negative thought, it's nothing. Are you getting it? That is the skill, that is the meaning of dropping bad company. Bad company is not just people, no? Bad company is things. Attachment to small things. I could be very attached to my phone, my laptop, my house, my car. This is bad company for me. Yeah, take this as your homework number 2 really. You have to find out what is bad company for you. Bad company is that...
As long as you're not bothered by those thoughts, then that is not bad company then, right?
Right. Bad company is anything that creates attachment in me. Simple. One-liner. Attachment is either I like it, I want it, or I dislike it. Yeah. Feverishness to be constantly on the phone or feverishness to constantly be with a particular person is really bad company for me. That person might be a good person, but my attachment to that feverishness is the bad company. Yeah? Same with situations. Oh, I only want to be in situations where other people let me talk. They don't talk. Only I want to talk. I want to hear myself speak. I know about all the current affairs in the world. I want to go on blah, 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 blah. What is this? Feverishness to really hear myself speak. So bad company is that situation. It's not those people who are silent and listening to me really. Are you getting it? It's a very deep level of understanding. We are not really just cutting off people or things. We are cutting off habit patterns that I have formed for myself and have gotten attached to or I'm holding on to. Clear? Yeah? So you identify, that's your homework number 2. Identify your bad company. It can really be a person, but not necessarily. It can be just your habit pattern. It can be a thing in your life, like a phone, a laptop, a car, shoes, whatever, diamonds, clothes, I don't know what else. And it can be a situation. Let's continue reading what he's saying. Whatever you do for the sake of such people, which people? The bad company, is like beating the air with a rod. What is given to them is thrown into mud, and to converse with them is as meaningful as a dog barking at the sky. Yeah? Every time you are in the company of such fools and you are just talking to hear yourself talk, remind yourself, this is what Vasistha labeled me as a dog barking at the sky. Can I now just shut up? Immediately withdraw. Immediately take a step back. Yeah? Recognize what you are doing to yourself. Yeah? Many people have been saying that it's been so many years now, we've reached Yoga Vasistha, we've completed almost all scriptures that Guruji did. Why am I still stuck? Why am I still lost? It's the same thing. You are stuck because of this. One step you move towards Prakriti, then one step you move towards Purusha. Then again one step you move towards Prakriti, one step you move towards Purusha. Again, suddenly you are very attracted to Prakriti, this moves so much towards Prakriti, this Purusha comes back. You keep juggling. Yeah? You have to drop this Prakriti. You have to. Then only can that journey towards the Purusha begin. Yes? You have to have that thirst, that inner thirst. I am ready to die for this. Do you have that kind of thirst? I am ready to drop all Prakriti for this. Then only will it come to you. You see that? In short, he's telling you that here. Drop bad company. Ignorance of the self is the source of all troubles and calamities. Is there a single trouble that does not spring from ignorance of the self? This entire creation is pervaded by ignorance, which sustains it. One who is ignorant is visited again and again by terrible sorrow and rarely by pleasure. Yeah, it's not the pleasure that you get by somebody saying I love you to you or giving you a phone as a gift. Yeah, that's just momentary pleasure. That's not real pleasure anyways. Here he is saying somebody who does not have self-knowledge can never be happy. It is not possible. If you are still lost in this maya of people, situations and things, you are lost in ignorance. And ignorance can only bring you dukkha. Even if it brings you millions of dollars and makes you the president of the United States, gives you all the name, fame, power, whatever you are looking for, it will still just be dukkha. Recognize this, wake up to this. Last homework for you. You recognize what dukkhas are still there in your life. And be honest. Yeah? Don't fool yourself saying, oh, I was only saying that yesterday like that only because I was angry. No. It is a dukkha, it is a dukkha. Yeah? Anything that comes to my mind repetitively is a dukkha. And recognize it, it is because of the ignorance of the self. So I've given you 3 homeworks. Out of that, the most important is the witnessing consciousness. Yeah? Again, a reminder, when you sleep tonight, yeah, just take a moment and look back and go back. Take a step back. Oh, right now I'm sitting on the bed. It is not really I. It is this body that is sitting. Then lie down and see, oh, it is the body that is lying down. Yeah? Now, the eyes are still open, yeah, but it is the body that is seen. I do not see. And when the eyes close, again recognize, oh, I am just the witness. Yeah? I was not seeing before this and I am not seeing now. Yeah? And just be a witness how the body is sleeping. Yeah? How it is turning left, how it is turning right, yeah? How the head wants to adjust after some time, how the hands want to adjust. Just observe. Yeah? You, at the end of the night, you might feel, oh, I didn't sleep. Really, you never sleep. It's just the body that sleeps. Yeah? Because of the non-separation. I don't know how to do this separation. I become one with the body that sleeps. I become unconscious. I lose consciousness. Anyway, I don't sleep. I just go into a dreaming state or an unconscious state. Yeah? When I'm completely in the witnessing, I am aware. And then I will not become unconscious. The body will get its 6, 8, 10 hours of rest. Yeah? But you will be jagrat, you will be aware. Yeah? You will be conscious. This is a practice. It might not happen for the entire 8 hours to begin with. At least start with some time and then keep increasing it every night. Yes? By the time we meet for Bhagavad Gita in 2 weeks, full 8 hours you should be able to observe. Okay? Any questions?
Could it be possible that when you do this, let's say if you do the same principle in your meditation, right? When you are constantly observing and at the end of the meditation you realize, hey, maybe I wasn't knocked out or something, that you might feel more tired because suddenly your conditioning comes up saying that because you were not knocked out means you did not have a good meditation or something like that. Could it be possible with this?
Your mind will say that, but actually you will have meditated much better. That is real meditation. The point of meditation is to help you see this difference between Prakriti and Purusha. Meditation is not getting knocked out. Otherwise, meditation equals to sleep, because in sleep also you get knocked out. So it's of no use, that meditation where you are knocked out. The meaning of meditation is to be in the witnessing consciousness. Constantly, constantly, constantly. You'll observe after a few really these good meditations of constant observation, you will be so sharp. You'll become so astute. It's amazing. It's really amazing. Yeah? It can only be experienced. Yeah? So you have to start this. Direct observation is the only way. There is no other way. The same thing has been told by Ashtavakra. He gave it the name Sakshi Bhav. Same thing has been told by Narada. He called it Nyasa, being centered. Same thing has been told by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. He called it Sthita Pragya. Yes. It's all the same in different words, in different language. Yeah. So, you have to really start application of this knowledge. No more just reading and by-hearting and becoming pandits. Yoga Vasistha pandits you have become. No. Yeah? Now, direct observation. Yes? Sure. Then I'll see you next week, guys. Can you read just one page? The next page is pretty easy. Very simple. Not very heavy language. Just one page you read. Right? It's very simple. You are born, you go to youth, and then you die. Just that cycle keeps repeating. It's very simple. Yeah, and then we will start with page 227 next week. Yeah? Jai Gurudev.